Finally, finally, we have returned. We have returned. What's up, everybody? We're back live. Yo, it's your
Absolutely.
guy. In case you forgot, Tyrone, aka Mr. Chocolate. Got the big homie Black Pearl. And we got Doc, DOC in the house. All right, what is going on, my people? All right, so we've been gone for a minute. All right, we were gone for a minute, and we had to get our life together. People had all kind of wonderful things going on. They ain't gonna tell their business. I let them tell their own business. You know what I'm
Really?
saying? And people. I see some people is all in the somewhere in the tropics. With their hair laid to the side. I seen some people having special events and cheesing. It's just been wonderful. I'm happy for my people. All right. So what's been going on with you guys? Actually, I kind of dry.
Right. I'm like, you just put all of it just blah out there. I'll let the doc go first.
Oh, for real? All right.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yo, what's up, people? All right. So, man, we haven't been together since June.
Was it
June.
June? Dang.
Yeah. So
That's
what?
been
A good
minute.
what a good 5 months? I can't even count. July, August, September, October. Yeah, 4 months. All right, so 4 months. We've been gone. So we are back. And as far as I am concerned, let's see, good things. Good things. 20th year in education, getting closer and closer to that retirement. Let's see what else. Yo, my man, he just shouted us out. Me and my husband, we did. We went to Hawaii to renew our vows for commemorating our 20th anniversary. Yeah, we did the luau and the shaka 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 stuff.
Not
And
the shock.
so yeah, man. Oh my gosh. So it's just been really,
Heard you was late in this thing.
you heard I was
He was
what?
late.
I don't know what you speak on, but just know look, I'm always late anyway for everything.
She's
So
fashionably late,
I
actually.
am.
Okay.
Yes. So that's what's been really going on with me, y'all. Like I just got a lot of good things. Bringing awareness to mental health, like as far as our youth are concerned. So yeah, I'm shaking and baking, moving and grooving. Um, so yeah, shaking and baking, moving and grooving. So that's what's been going on with me. What about you, Miss
What's
Pearl?
up with you, Black Pearl? What's going on with
Let me
you?
go to oh Lord. Okay. So you know how Tyrone will be talking about him for the streets. You know he be putting me on the streets. So I'm no
I
longer
never
for the
said you was
streets.
for the what? I would
You be like
never.
for the streets and then look over at me for the streets. So I am newly engaged. Hey boo.
Hey,
I'm
go
also
over that shoulder. Drop out
really
of there.
He always wants my throw spot on my shoulder.
on the shoulder. Yeah, so I'm engaged. I went to Hawaii too to watch all that shaka shaka that you said. And I am going to be a grandmother. So yeah, I mean, mine is shorter, but I know it's like.
Hold up. So sound like somebody got invited to Hawaii and somebody did not. That's cool.
Listen, don't
Ain't
Mine,
no not.
mine
Ain't
came
no.
with being thrown over the shoulder. So I mean, I was just
Oh
already,
yeah.
I was
No, ain't
already
getting.
don't
on the
act like
shoulder. So since I was on the shoulder, I go wherever the shoulder goes.
Ain't trying to get thrown over the
part
shoulder.
of the body.
There's a part. There you go. There you go. You know the rib. You can't go nowhere without your rib, right? So there
True.
you go.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, I also said I was going to do this. Shout out to my friend Brayden. Hey, Brayden. Okay, that's it. That's all for me.
Okay. Okay. Hey, so I've been good. That's all y'all need to know. Stay out my business.
That dude said I've been good. Well,
We already
look,
got some comments. Hold up now. Wait a minute.
we got what? Yes.
Hey, hey, Willis, I got links in the comment. So, hey, links in the comment. All right. Um,
Oh, what's
big
up?
homie
What's
through the fire.
up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man. So I jumped on your joint, man. And I heard you giving some a little spiel on some of this. It was real good, man. So hey, y'all tune into Through the Fire, man. It's high quality stuff. All
Absolutely.
right,
You won't regret it.
high
Yeah.
quality stuff.
And even though Brother Tyrone, aka Mr. Chocolate, is over there trying to act all meek and mild, we gotta give our man up in the corner
Right.
a big birthday shout out. Whoop whoop. Cause his
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
listen,
yeah,
don't
yeah.
even play with me because you know I'm gonna bring it. I'm going to bring
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, had a little birthday, a little
He said I
birthday.
had a little birthday.
A little
Hey,
birthday.
hey, my thing with birthdays, I'm still here. I'm healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And got my people with me. I'm good. That's all I need. So,
Absolutely.
so I
Such a
sat back,
man.
watched
Such a man with that.
sat back, watched some football. You know, went with the family, got a little nice fish dinner. If you're in
Absolutely.
Charlotte, check out Crustaceans. It's a little dope spot. Got some
Oh,
good
I'm supposed to
fish.
be there Sunday. Okay.
Oh yeah, hey, go to Crustaceans, man. Oh, you won't regret it. They got some good food. I'm telling you. All
Gotcha.
right,
Okay.
and that was a free promo, man. They need to.
Right.
They
I'm
need.
gonna say
It
noted.
was. It was.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, oh, not the white man's clock. Yeah,
Dang, we sorry.
it's a beast. It's a beast. I'll jump on yours one night, man. Just shoot me an email. All
Yeah.
right, all right. So a lot's been going on since we've been gone. We missed a lot of stuff, man. I was looking at all kind of stuff like, oh my God, we should be able. Over the summer, the Olympics happened.
Hmm.
We didn't
That
really
was
jump on
funny.
for that. And that was fun. Um, all this crazy stuff happened. With the diddler got exposed, and
And still
it's
getting
been
exposed.
Yes.
yeah, yeah, that's crazy. And of course the big thing, right? We're trying to choose a next president of the United States,
Hmm.
Right.
which has been a lot of shenanigans. All right, so we had it was like a dementia contest. We had Joe, we
Right.
had Trump, and they was looking crazy, and then the Democrats said, bro, tap them on that shoulder. uh, so they tapped him on that shoulder. They was like, hey, bro, you got to go, and we got the big homie Kamala, right? And that's how you say her name, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
All right, I'll make sure you respect everybody's name, because
Kamala.
Trump can't. Don't he? What he saying? Kamala,
Kamala.
Kamala. All right.
Why? I don't understand. It's not a hard name.
I think they try to be funny, man. They try to,
Right, right.
you know how it is. They want, oh, she's ethnic, y'all. Look, it's hard to say her name.
Right.
I don't know.
That comes a
Right.
part of that, doesn't it? Supposedly.
All right, so man, she came in, and I don't know. I don't know if I believe polls like that, man, because it's kind of iffy. But she came right now. They say she's leading in polls a little bit, and most of the swing states she's up a couple. But then, like last week, they said Trump had a surge. So I don't know what's going on, man. What were you guys' initial thoughts on her jumping in?
Well, isn't he getting surges when he gets these assassination attempts? That's when his numbers seem to kind of float up some. Because I think he had like two of
Um,
them, right? It's either two.
yeah,
I'm
man.
losing count now. I'm
I don't
losing
think
count.
they post. I don't think they talk about him no more. I don't know.
I think he
I
had
don't know.
three, but I heard about two.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. And then his ear, he has like super healing ear. Yeah.
What you trying to say, Charlie?
No, no,
What you
no.
trying
I'm just saying his ear is quick healing. That's all I'm
to heal,
saying.
heal really fast?
Hmm.
Mm,
What shots? Go ahead and say it. Look, go ahead and say what's on your
mm.
mind. What's on
I'm
y'all's mind?
saying that the impossible is possible. That's all I'm
Go
saying.
ahead.
But you asked the question. Ask your question again, Mr. Chocolate.
Um, so
Woo,
I'm asking.
Jesus.
So y'all think assassination was real?
That's you. That's the question you're gonna start off with.
Do you think the attempt was real?
The attempt to convince us was real.
Yes, thank you. I would agree with that sentiment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if you check history, history does tend to repeat itself, and there's others in history that have had an attempted assassination, and it
Um,
worked in their favor as well. I
yeah,
mean, it works well with the story that he's the next Messiah.
Really?
dang,
That's pretty
the
okay.
next Messiah.
That's what he said.
Well,
I'm
I
just
missed it.
quoting. I'm just quoting.
I don't be paying that much attention to what he be saying.
Now you know. So I actually, because I like to know, I hear clips of him and stuff. So I went down a little rabbit hole for a month or two, and I actually would go on and I listen to a whole speech.
Mhm.
Listen to a whole Trump speech like lately. Yeah, have y'all listened to one?
No.
No.
I wouldn't really suggest it, but just for just trying to understand a little bit, yo, he does not. He's lost a step. Like, not even on any like him or dislike him
Right.
politically. Like,
I mean, this has to be a lot of stress on him. He's not a spring chicken, not it being ageist or anything like that. He's not a spring chicken. He is doing a lot. He's doing a lot. So,
it just watching the whole speech, he's not very coherent. It's like he would just he just rattles and it's not a
yeah, that's what
very
I'm saying.
coherent
He's
deal.
going through a lot.
So I know for me, I think, another thing that, I think he's just too old. I thought Biden was too old. I didn't want to vote for Biden either. I thought he was too old. And it
Yeah,
was
but
kind of
how old is Trump?
It's like a
Isn't
3 year
he?
difference or something.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay.
Just a small gap.
yeah.
But
He's like 77, I think, or something like
I
that.
thought it was 73.
73. So I know they say he'd be 82. I
I
think he's
think Biden isn't Biden older than
He
so if
yeah,
he's
is.
yeah.
yeah,
He's
okay.
older than Trump. Well, just by a few years.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I feel like he's lost a little bit. He's rambling, talking kind of crazy, and
But
he does. You know,
to answer your question, I don't get caught up in the popular vote, the populist vote, because at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. What matters, thank you,
78.
Willis.
Yeah, I
So,
thought it was
yeah, so he's
77.
78. Okay. And then um, Biden must
Biden.
be early 80s because it's
Right.
a small
Yeah,
difference. But I don't get caught up in the populist vote. And so when they're showing these polls, it's like, oh, okay, cool. That's lovely. Because
uh,
Right.
at the end
it's
of the
about the
day,
states that he.
yeah, at the end of the day, when it comes down to the actual election, it's based on the electoral votes.
Right.
Who's going to acquire the most electoral votes? That's who wins, not who's popular. And
Nah,
we
because Trump's never won the popular vote in any of his elections. I don't think.
right,
Mm.
but just the same, we've seen where um because of the popular vote, a candidate has won, even though the popular vote was the opposite.
Right.
You got to
Electoral.
win electoral college.
Go ahead. So what, sweet? I'm sorry.
I said you said popular twice, so I was like electoral.
Yeah, electoral. Thank you. I
Yeah.
got to mention. So anyway, I'm being funny,
I
but
think the problem is oftentimes we fall for the song and dance and what distracts us instead of
absolutely.
really researching our candidates. For me personally, and I'm just gonna put this out there, I'm not to the right or to the left with the candidates that we have. They may be cut from a different cloth, but they're very similar to me. That's all.
Mhm. Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like Trump he was already in there. Like people act like everything was a utopia when he was in there. I didn't feel like
Already
it's
in
that
where?
big a difference like that. I
Already in
didn't.
where?
So they're
Well,
like,
that's
oh,
also because they don't research. They go, "Oh, we got checks or money when we were with Trump." That wasn't from Trump.
Yeah, he tried to block the checks. He didn't want
Yeah.
everybody to get the
That wasn't
checks.
from it, just happened during his
Yeah,
presidency, but it wasn't him. And that's why I think people don't realize that sometimes when our presidents make changes, really it's
Mhm.
not them who make changes, but when changes are made under their 4 years, sometimes it doesn't happen till after they're out of the office.
yeah. I mean, the economic policies are like landmines for the next person.
Right,
Because you'll be under. A guy gets in office. It's not automatically what he wanted to happen is happening. It's the last person's
right,
economic policy. Like Obama, like people the thing about Obama that always just people have such amnesia. When he took office, the economy was trash.
Correct.
It was a dumpster fire. And he
right.
came in and he came in and had that thing working. And but when Trump took over, it was a good economy. It was a good,
Strong.
slow, steady progress in economy. And he didn't come in with into no dumpster fire. He
Hmm.
just
Right.
didn't. People forget that. But when he left, it's a
Uh-huh.
dumpster fire again, kind of. So
Yep.
I don't.
And so when people speak to um this current administration, to your point, we're recovering from what was done.
Right.
Like, come on, people. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
But
and
again,
and, and
when you're
people.
doing what's popular and not really doing what works, you're gonna think
correct.
that. So, hmm.
And another argument I always hear too, things I always hear is like people go, "Oh, I missed that $1.89 gas," but
Right.
it
You
was
ain't
a
seen a dollar
pandemic.
eighty nine.
Nobody was going anywhere. The world stopped. There's a
Right.
such thing as,
Literally.
and
Literally.
that gas ain't coming back unless you get a pandemic. That 2% interest rate, that
Yeah,
ain't
but we
coming
still
back.
had to pay for extra checks during COVID. Like you don't just give money and pull it out of nowhere and not have to put it back. That's why I'm like,
Yeah,
I get it, we were getting money, blah blah blah. But it didn't erase the fact that we're in debt, we're giving money to other people. We just didn't, we have to either get in the front end and pay it back on the back end or pay it in, it just I just don't understand
Correct.
what
There's a
it is
check and
now.
balance.
yeah.
There's
I
a
just
check and
don't,
balance. Right.
I just
So
don't
I mean,
understand.
it's just civics. People don't really get civics, so they think that. And then you got the people who are like the president's my daddy crew. Like, hey, is
What?
my life is shitty because the president, your life's shitty because you make bad decisions. I just know certain people. There's like a group of people who like vote a certain way, and if you listen to them talk, they're mad about their lives because their lives are shitty, and they blame the president. President, they don't do nothing for us. And then you talk to
Right.
them, and they make like the worst individual life decisions, and you're like, bro, I don't think it's gonna matter who the president is. You kind of a loser. I don't
Right,
know.
but is it
It's,
really the president that's making the impact for us? No, it's our local.
yeah, no, I know that's what I'm saying. But people will talk that way. You hear people talk like the president is their daddy. Like it's,
Oh, I
it's,
thought you said people walk around like the president's my daddy, like
Yeah, that's
literally
what I
saying it.
yeah,
I was saying, wait a minute, what kind of Maury
like
episode
daddy,
is this?
like hey, daddy's letting us down, or
Oh,
it's just like no, bro, your life is shitty because you make bad decisions and you bad choices. You need to do better. But I don't know. I can't have conversation with those people. Those people are weird to me, and so I don't know. I tend to stay away from those
so
people.
I have a question. Do you feel that our community had an unrealistic expectation on Obama, and that's why they? Because you're saying they walk around like the president's their daddy. I know a lot of
Yeah,
people
yeah,
who
yeah,
put a lot of,
absolutely. So I remember back when Obama got elected. I remember I felt kind of like Huey in the Boondocks because I saw all the hype going on, and I was like, this shit is like they really think this dude is gonna like come in and make everything just magically just be perfect for us. And then they got mad because you know stuff didn't change. There's systems
right,
that didn't change, and this is then they'll like, oh man, he's helping the gay people, and look, and we still in the projects. I was
right.
like, yeah, you gotta get yourself out of the projects. I don't know. It's one of those things, man. And so I feel like it was like a big. It's like with black businesses. Some people go to a black business and it's not enough ice. See, I try to help black business, but look, they ain't got no
Right.
ice. Look at this.
So it's
Man,
unrealistic expectations.
go to McDonald's and get a little crusty burger, and the ice cream machine never work, and be there faithfully every day, every other day there at McDonald's. You know, I don't know, it's kind of that mentality with Obama. I feel like it was like, you know, he,
So do
he
you
had to
think
be the
that's what's
president of
happening
everybody.
now? The after effects of disappointment is affecting our current election.
Yeah, because I think with Kamala, I hear people say that first they were saying, well, one they were saying she wasn't black, which is ridiculous. She's biracial. She's you see the picture. I've seen people like show pictures of her dad, who's the black Jamaican dude, and be like, she ain't black, which is just asinine. Especially in America, where we have the one drop rule, where like what it is for us is she black, but they don't want to be black, and she's so. But they'll be like, "Oh yeah, Kamala. She said she wasn't going to be the president for just black people." Of course not. You can't get elected just being. You can't
Right.
come on and put a black glove on and put a fist in the air talking about, "Yeah, America, elect my black ass so I can
Right,
speak for
right,
my black ass people." Like I can't do that. And she said, "I'm gonna have policies that are good for America, and henceforth are gonna be good for black people." We always want to announce what we're doing. Just look what white people done for years. They do racist shit or they do some shit. They don't announce it. They just do that shit. They wasn't hiring black people. They didn't really. After the civil rights, they just said we just going to do it. We're not going
yeah,
to
but
announce it
I
all
think
the
the
time.
problem is many of us want to be accepted. We want to be equal, and so we think part of that is having the label "I am accepted" or have every, and it's just not going to happen. It's just not. It's not. Honestly, we spend more time trying to get outside races to accept us when we're not coming together ourselves as a people. So I think that causes a problem too. We want everyone to go, look, she's black, yes, black. And yeah, no.
Um,
It's
I don't know, but it's just weird. Like people are like, we can't vote for her because she's pandering. Like I've heard that recently. She came up
Wow.
with the agenda for black. What the fuck y'all think politics is? People come pandering and you get stuff. So if it's something that can help, that's good. We want you to pander. I'm pander to me. Give me something that I want. I don't care if you like me for real. It's like Lyndon Johnson called the civil rights bill the nigger bill. Oh
right,
well, sign that shit, bro. I don't want to get busted in the head for going to get bland food at white restaurants. And if
right,
I want to go get bland food, I don't know why I would, but if I do, I don't want to get my ass whooped. So sign the bill. I don't care if you like me or not. We always
right,
worry about who likes us. But they didn't like us. They don't like none of us because
right.
they're elites. Like you want to get
But they're
something.
not here for us. Like, if we really believe that right now, we already started off on the wrong foot.
I
That's how it
don't
goes.
give a damn whether they're for us or like us. Hey, get policies that are going to help me make money, take care of the family,
Right.
make things easier.
Right.
Right.
And
Which is why I said it's the local officials, not so much the president.
Correct.
yeah, the local officials, that's where it's at.
Because a lot of people who vote in the presidential election do not vote for local. They just wait for that one election
Right.
and do it from
Yeah,
there. And they're not even aware of the things that affect them locally.
Yeah. Your
And
representatives and stuff. Right.
right, they're not aware of the things that will truly impact them and build on what we're looking for as far as change. So it's a popularity contest.
yeah, your local elections that your local people screw you over more than the national people a lot of times.
Much more, and silently, because you don't
Yeah,
know till after.
yeah. So
Mhm.
Absolutely. Local officials are just like the president doesn't really make rules, they still have to go back to a large party of people. They still have
Correct.
to. No, it's not like they wake up and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna give everybody a check for 500.
Well, I mean, the Congress, cause the Congress is in charge of the purse. So, your money is in charge. And there's some crazy ass people in there. People need to really look at who they're sending to
To
Congress and the Senate.
Congress. Right.
Because some of these people are nuts. I mean,
They
what that little
evil.
blonde lady, Major Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's a lunatic. She be around here just acting a whole donkey, and people vote for her. So, and that's all the people that vote for. They vote that in. You got people, the Boebert lady, she's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's some wild people, and we keep getting those kind of people in. They're going to start doing weird shit. Like they're already trying to, they try to impeach Biden as soon as he got in because they
Right.
just what they want to do. We need rational people. At least be rational. That's all I ask. Be rational. Some of these people, if it continues, that's how we end up down that slippery slope of having people that aren't going to certify elections, and then we start having real issues like some of these countries that we look down on.
Correct.
We don't realize how close chaos can happen. Chaos isn't as far as you think.
Right.
It's
Well,
not as
what
far as
about, so I know when we came on, you were saying to us that the male vote in the black community is down with participation.
now. So what's been happening is you know, again, the black males are, supposedly that's what they're saying.
Mhm.
They're resisting voting for Kamala Harris. I've seen it. I've seen it in some circles. The black male vote's been a little down. A lot of black males like, oh, I'm not gonna vote for her. Um, I Some of it I think is linked to some of it are these kind of this black male woman war stuff going on. Some of these like red pill type guys,
Gotcha.
they're like, I'm not gonna have no black woman in charge of me. They just, it's that he man woman hater club stuff. From what I've gathered from some people, okay, and they just can't do it because they can't. She came in. First thing happened with a lot of some of the black males I know that say they're not voting for Kamala. They said, well, she put a lot of black men in prison.
Right.
All
I've
right.
heard
And
that.
then and
Yeah.
then they'll like, and then you go and when you research it, okay, you research it, you find out that she was actually to be an
Advocate.
attorney general who was supposed to lock people up. She was trying to not lock a lot of people up.
Correct. She was advocating.
She had programs where she was trying to help guys,
Right.
in the system,
Right.
and they didn't like the conservatives called her like a social worker. That they were like they because she wasn't locking people up enough. All right, so they ended up not being true. They were saying that she was locking people up for weed and all this stuff. And then you research, you find that the attorney general doesn't even do that. Okay,
Right.
so when she
And she
district
just
attorney,
made a statement actually recently that said no one should be locked up for smoking weed.
yeah, so she's actually come out, and it's part of the pandering. It's pandering, but hey,
Right.
if it
Right.
happens, good. All right, but when she was district attorney, she only locked up like 45 people for marijuana, and all of them weren't even black. So she's never really been on that. But it's just narrative. They throw stuff out there, you say it enough, and people start believing it. And it's like,
Yeah. It's like a
oh,
clickbait. It's like a clickbait. You
yeah,
take it and you just run, and then you now you take that false information, you keep spreading it along in your circle, creating exactly what they want, the poison that they want. It's
yeah.
And here's a question and a thought for everybody on the panel and at home. Going off of what you just said, Tyrone, when you talk about the conditions and state of this world,
hmm
and we want to look at um, the the track record of Kamala and what she's allegedly done, didn't do, and etc.
right,
The
right,
reality is, historically, the world has been ran by a white man.
Correct.
Right.
Most of the attorneys, attorney generals, district attorneys are white males and
Correct.
white females. So where I'm going with this is, what are we actually saying? When you stop and think about it, what is actually your argument? Because what your argument is really not making any sense. Not yours, Tyrone, but I'm saying, like, to
Hmm.
those individuals, right? And then what what also gets me is when we stop and think about um this whole election. I respect everybody has an option, and your choice is what your choice is when it comes to whether you choose to vote, who you choose to vote for. That's people's prerogative. But I want to take a moment and put it in perspective again, from the standpoint of, if you don't vote, you're voting.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you don't like either candidate, for whatever your reason be, because both of them got some mess with them. But heck, look, each of us got some mess with us on this panel.
Everybody,
Truth be told.
everybody got
So,
some.
Right.
so where I'm
Right.
going with this is, what are we actually saying? Because again, if you don't vote, you're actually voting, and we just spoke to the fact of how we're talking about electoral votes versus populist. Then we take it a step further. Project 2025. And this is me on my soapbox, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna pop on off,
Jump
which
on up
is
there.
the fact that from the African American perspective, we're pushing awareness of Project 2025, and I think we need to be aware of that. But it shouldn't just be a African American agenda. It should be an American agenda, because
Right.
whatever happens based upon what is inside of this Project 2025 and all of its many pages, not only affects us, it
Right.
affects the nation. So
Right.
I personally have an issue, a slight issue, with the fact that it's being driven. I feel like it's being driven because I haven't heard any other population or subgroup talking about it. Well, I take that back. LGBTQ
As
population,
much. As
right,
much.
are talking about it. But I really don't hear that agenda being brought to awareness and promoted as much as it is within our community. But if it goes into effect and Social Security ends, it's going to end for everybody.
Right.
Why are we not comprehending this? It's not just going to hit a subgroup; it's going to hit all. If 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 the Department of Ed is shut down, it affects every freaking body. If you
Right.
get rid of the Department of Veteran Affairs, hello,
Right.
all of my veterans,
Yeah.
white, black, indifferent. I don't care
Right.
what your race is. Do you understand the ramification of Project 2025? And I really need that to permeate across all groups and not just within our group. But that's all. That's my soapbox. I'm
Well,
pop.
as a people in the United States, we're not very united because I don't think we realize that each of us affect one another. I don't care what's going on. Each of us affect one another.
Right,
But what happens is they get us riled up, and now we're like, oh, they're coming for us. And the other person goes, oh, no, they're coming for us. So now we're all running around scattered because we're falling for what we said earlier, that narrative, that clickbait to believe things, you know, that are
right,
being sold to us. It's literally we're being fed information, and no one in a world where you can Google anything, for example, I'm just giving an example, doesn't mean
yes,
that's the end all
exactly.
be all. We literally are not hungry for more knowledge. We are accepting whatever anyone tells us and
Right,
riding it into the sunset. It just doesn't, it's not helping. And this election is such a clear, a clear indication on how they can sell us a dream or sell us a reality that's not even it's not even ours. You know, I mean, it's like selling ice to a penguin. Like, what are you doing right now? It's just we fall for anything, you know. And I think that goes. And I mean, not to sound like I'm quoting things, but it literally is. If you don't stand for anything, you will fall for whatever is given to, and that's what we fall for, anything that they tell us, instead of researching and validating the information. So yeah, I mean, now
Yeah.
I too will get off my soapbox.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so the whole Obama thing, I did have a little clip of it where he was talking to a black man, and so the conversation with amongst black men, it kind of went different ways. Some people were really sensitive about it, I feel like, and a lot of black men are feeling like, with the election, that if she doesn't win, it's like, oh, here we go, blame the black guys.
Right.
Like they're putting it all on it. They're gonna blame black men. And honestly, I don't think that it's like a. I'm curious to see. I'm not sure, but I
Well,
don't think it's going to be like this huge giant number. Now the numbers are, Trump has a little bit more support with black men, and I kind of talked about that. There's different things. There's different tiers, types of black men. Different. Everybody's not the same, and I'm cool with that. But I don't feel like it's going. It's
what is
if she doesn't win, it ain't gonna be because of black men. I think it's gonna be because the people that vote for Trump is more other people that vote is white women. There's
Right.
all other groups that vote for Trump.
or it could be the lack of voting. This is what I'm
That
going
too.
like. I'm
That
just
too.
Yeah,
I'm speaking what is.
Hmm.
right.
The lack of vote can
Right.
cause.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna play some of this, man. And this is all right. So this was some of.
I almost said that, but I decided I shouldn't say it.
No, I mean the other video.
I'm going to go ahead and just speak some truths, if you don't mind. Because my understanding, based on reports I'm getting from campaigns and communities, is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers.
Okay, I just want to interrupt you right there, Barack Obama. You are selling yourself short. I don't think we've ever seen that kind of. There's a reason why that 2008 campaign is considered historic. I don't think that's the kind of thing that you're going to expect to be repeated. Also, while you're breaking down demographics that ain't been turning out, it ain't just the brothers.
So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences, who's had to work harder and do more and overcome.
Well, you know what, President Obama, we actually have a phenomenon that I've noticed quite a bit here on this channel in our culture of the pick me. And those are people who do not value the common bond of experience they might share with someone else. They aspire to be the other thing, even if the other thing has made their life more difficult. And in some cases.
All right, so I don't want to get hit up. So
Can I say something real quick
yeah.
before I forget? Because I'm telling you where my mind set up. So the thing is this, I respect and I appreciate what that gentleman just shared. And I'm trying to make sure I word this correctly because I don't need people coming after me.
Mm,
But what I will say is this way. When he spoke about being able to be relatable with your candidate, right?
mm,
I think that is definitely a point to consider,
right,
because of the fact that the salience of understanding where one population and I say one, but multiple, even when it comes to our Hispanic population, when
right,
to understand or even the lower economic status of our white population, to but basically understanding where people are who are from middle class, and from the lower socioeconomic poverty class, to understand that element is paramount, because your focus will be on supporting that population group and looking out for America from that perspective, from that lens, because majority of the populace in the US is in that middle class.
right.
Okay? Now, with that understanding, what he brought up about sometimes we always want to be at this other, see ourselves in this other place. I think of a candidate who promotes that he is coming from the dirt, and that he had humble beginnings with a single mother. But to hear the words that come out of his mouth does not reflect
Mm-hmm.
that humble beginning. And
Mm-hmm.
and to me, in essence, he has crossed over and see himself in this bright light, when, sweetheart, I don't care what light you see yourself in or what mirror you're looking through, but you are not what's that word, translucent. You're not translucent. You're not. You, baby, when you look in that mirror, your skin is brown, and you can go out here and profess all that you want. But at the end of the day, them counterparts that you think you look like and you're connecting with will
Right.
turn on you. And we have seen that. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to leave that there. And I didn't call nobody's name, but if you understand what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying. And so, again, this is why for me, it is so important for us as a people, not as a sub population, but as a people, as a body, to go out and make sure that our voice is heard and you recognize who you're looking at in the mirror, and that that person that you are electing, that you're placing your vote in, is a reflection of you and your values and your foundation. That's all. I'm done. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
Nah, nah, that's,
You
that's
made a
good.
point. You made a very, very valid point. So yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So are we saying that Obama is helping or is not?
I don't think so. In this, I think at this point in the election, those people, I don't think you're changing those people's minds. Some of those, like a lot of those black guys who are going to vote for Trump, they're going to vote for Trump,
Right.
and they're just as gone as the Billy Bobs and all of them who are like
Correct.
gone. So and so it is what it is. But I do think that there's some people. I think so. I think in this election it's kind of tricky because I think there's a like in 16 there was like they said there was like a silent majority of like people that were secretly voting for Trump. They weren't really saying it. Okay. And I think I think that's true because I think I've met a few. I think I've worked with a few. All right, but I think this time there's another little silent group of Trump supporters who are kind of like, ugh, I ain't really with this shit no more. But they can't say it out loud because they've been so invested, and it's a
Right.
pride thing.
Right.
So I think I think there's be some quiet Trump supporters who are switching
Now,
or flipping on them a little bit.
and is
Because
it
another thing
is
I
it
know is
pride?
I look at is. so in Charlotte, it's
Uh-huh.
mostly Democrat area, but you go outside of Charlotte, it's Trump town. And I've
Mhm.
noticed this time I've seen a little bit less Trump signs when I ride around the country. I'm
Mhm.
like I be looking like, hmm, they ain't really like they. Some of them taking the Trump signs down a little bit. I don't know if that's because of the backlash or if they're some of the ones that are kind of like, man, we just gonna chill this time. I don't it's a
Right.
Right.
little
That's
much.
right.
So and we're gonna find out. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm curious to see. Um, but it's one thing like I posted on my Facebook. One interesting thing about the election is like you kind of get to see who's who a little bit sometimes. Like I said, who would be in a cult, who would be like in the Nazi SS, or you see who. You look at some people's energy when it comes to this stuff. You're like, ooh, you would be dead drinking that Kool Aid with Jim Jones. You would definitely be one of those. And some people, I look at them like, wow, I could definitely see you as a Nazi if you was born in Germany. There's some personalities that are so zealot. They're so zealot with the politics. It's crazy. Like I'm into it. I study kind of like more like watching a sport. Like I like the tactics, see who's being smart about stuff. But I'm not really I'm not really that invested this time, like enough to be jumping on people's social media, fussing and cussing about it. I ain't really there, you know.
Yeah, I just the division is kind of unnecessary. I think it just really goes back to we're really divided and we're not paying attention to the topics. We're just looking for some people, looking for reasons to go back and forth. That's really what it feels. Because some people are not even making valid points. They're just repeating what they've heard. They're not
Yeah,
fact checking anything. They just want that back and forth argument. So at least to
yeah.
me, that's what how it comes across. I don't care who you vote for. It's just no need for all the ignorance and the
I definitely had to do argue me up and down that they really are eating those cats and dogs over in that place.
right. Yeah, I saw something like
That
that
was
too.
yeah, was sending me little weird clips that were like no proof, and then it comes out that it's not true,
Right.
and like the Haitian population with that one they're legal migrants and the community likes them, and it wasn't like that, but
Right.
dude said it, and people were like, yeah, look at them, they're eating everybody. They made it sound like the Haitians were just running around in yards snatching up pets and cooking.
Yeah,
I was like,
I have Facebook friends too. They post stuff, and I'm just like, okay, sure, no
I knew that
problem.
was a lie. I knew it could. Because
I'm
one,
not
I've
going
had
back and
Haitian
forth.
food. Haitian food is delicious. There's no. I know I was eating some fried pork with with some fermented cat. I know that was not
The
a cat at all.
pickles, it's pickles.
Pickly, yeah, there you go, pickles, yeah. That pickles is legit. And them chicken legs were chicken legs. And I'm a chicken connoisseur. I know a chicken leg when I see one. It was not any dog or cat legs, and it was quite delicious. So
Oh my god, I
try
can't wait to
again on
try.
that one. Try again on that one.
Yeah,
Shout out to the Haitian brothers and sisters out there. You know, hey man, got love for y'all. All right.
yeah. I
Well,
think.
if you if go ahead, baby.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say if we do not vote and and I say this all the time, vote for the lesser evil.
Right,
If
right,
we do not vote and do not vote for the lesser evil on everything, we're gonna be back in Jim Crow, and you mark my words. And I'm gonna tell y'all, as a person born post Jim Crow, I couldn't imagine what Jim Crow was about and what our ancestors, great grandmothers and great grandmothers, grandfathers went through, even down to some of our parents, for that matter,
right,
that grew
right,
up
right.
during that time period. I couldn't imagine. So I say that to say, if you ain't woke, and I know that's an overused word, but I'm using it in the proper context. Hear what I'm saying to you. If you ain't woke, you better wake up, because if you don't, you're going to find yourself in an antebellum, and play with me if you want to. And that's
What
on everything. I'm done.
What?
Saying I'm done, but I'm getting hot.
Nah, I got a question for you. I got a question for
Okay,
you.
what's up?
I got to talk to you. All right.
Okay.
Mm.
So what would be the path to Jim Crow? How do you predict that would happen? If,
Sweetie, because it's already written. This this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm
I'm
saying.
just asking.
I know, I know, I know. I'm bringing me. I'm talking to me. I'm bringing me down.
She's like, wait, I got to come back to answer your
I'm
question.
bringing me down. So what I'm saying is, it's already written. The plan is already set. The man has already said, if you vote for me this last time, you ain't got to worry about it no more. That's what he said.
True.
Uh,
Okay.
Now, with that being said, because of the fact that the plan is already laid, we already know, those of us that pay attention, and I'm not even a social studies, political science person. I'm really not. That's not my niche. But I know enough to understand that the the voting rights that we have to be reauthorized.
Okay.
Therefore, because of the fact that it has to be reauthorized, means what, people? It can be,
Taken away.
again, wake up, open your eyeballs, and listen with your ears. So that way you are aware of what's going on. So Brother Tyrone, that's what I'm saying to you, sweetie. Like,
Okay.
it's a matter of things that have to be reauthorized, even down to um even down to um when I speak about Jim Crow, we already have seen individuals who have strong perspectives
Mm-hmm.
regarding their rights and their superiority.
Okay.
As time progresses on, if this and things happen the way that they are planned to happen, that's why I'm saying what I'm saying, because that superiority is going to kick in on a whole lot of folks who have taught this to their children and their offspring, because this is learned, conditioned um
Behavior.
mindset. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's going to come right on back into play. We always say history repeats itself. Pearl, you just said it earlier.
Right.
History repeats itself, and the way you prevent history, especially bad history, from repeating itself is by being a positive change agent, a systemic change agent. And right now we need and have the ability to be a systemic change agent. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying, Brother Tyrone.
Okay. Yeah, because I had to ask because in some of the conversations I've had
Mm.
with
And I
you
hope I
know
answered your question, Sugar.
yeah I get what you're saying. So a lot of conversations I've had with people who are like more on the right, like some because I know some black Trump supporters.
Hmm.
I know
I
some
do
black
too.
conservatives, and a lot of times like they'll say they were turned off by like they say it's like hyperbole, like if you don't vote the way I want you to vote, you're going to be a slave, and they're like and people go. Well, that's not really rational. Like that's just them. Like they're always trying to scare us into voting. You
Well,
know.
I'm not trying to scare nobody,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm not gonna say we're gonna go back to quote unquote slavery in that context. But
yeah.
when I that's why I put it in the context of Jim Crow, where things were very regimented and dictative, in the sense of who can go where and what you can do and how far you can go.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I feel like if they put our black asses back in Jim Crow, then that's gonna be our fault.
Right.
'Cause you ain't putting my black ass in no Jim Crow.
Well, what you gonna how you gonna stop it if it is what it is?
Uh,
I mean,
but-
I'm just asking a
so
question back.
I just so Jim Crow in the sense of like just legally being segregated again. I don't know. I'm gonna shit. I walk my black ass in places I ain't supposed to be. That's what I'm gonna do. My black ass is gonna be in there. What? I can't. What? What you mean? What you mean? That's what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, but my black ass gonna be there because you ain't go at this point, at this age, and this point in history. You're not telling this black ass that he can't go anywhere. I'm being there.
You
I
in a
love,
black ass type of mood.
I
You just
because y'all know I love going to places where they don't think I should be. I
you
relish
said
it.
black ass like 4 times in less than a minute.
Yes, and I meant that with everything. You feel how much I meant that?
Yes.
I love being where they don't think I should
You
be.
want you
If
want
I
some of that
if
fairy
you
pie.
if
That's
you
it.
tell
What
me
seal?
if
Two.
you tell me, oh, black folks don't normally go there. Oh, say less. I'm,
Shut
I'm,
up,
before you
Tyrone.
finish the sentence, I'm there. Hey, what's up, y'all? What's
And
up?
honestly, I think there's a lot of people who think that way too. So they're gonna
Think
push
which way?
against the
Think which
grain
way,
So,
bro?
I hear what you're saying, but I'm just saying,
that they could just walk into a
they
place
gonna,
if something like that were to happen and make,
they
go
gonna have
against
a,
the grain.
they gonna have a hard time with that one. Ooh, they gonna have a
Man.
hard time with that one.
So
But hopefully, it don't come down to that. You know,
I hope so
hopefully,
too.
hopefully everybody's voting and you know do what you need to do. All right, but if you disagree, if you feel like I don't know that the Trump train is the train you riding. I guess we'll see. I don't know. I guess we'll
Throw
see.
mama off the train. Go to
Yeah,
so
but oh, go
so
ahead. Go
are we
ahead.
saying that one, because we touched on a couple of things and our topic was Obama helpful or hurtful? So are we saying that he was neither helpful or hurtful to
I think at this point, with the audience that he's trying to talk to, I don't think it was hurtful. Um, because those most of those people don't like him anyway. The ones
right,
I talk to,
right.
they don't like him. They think he came in and helped gay people too much and didn't do nothing for black people. You know, so I think he was more irrelevant than anything. But he had to try because somebody was arguing like, "Hey, what's he doing? He's campaigning for somebody."
hmm
He
Right.
has to try. Like one of my Trump friends was like, "Hey, what are you over here pandering?" It's called campaigning. And if you don't like it, just don't vote for him. Man. I mean, but he had to try. Like that's what people do. I think a lot of times, like with Democrats, I think they don't go into the fire enough. They don't go to places where people aren't going to vote for them. They tend to kind of stay where it's easy, from what I see. And then if they lose elections, I notice like Republicans will go and they'll start a Tea Party. They'll do some grassroots stuff and that'll mutate into MAGA. And but the Democrats, they lose, they just disappear. I kind of peep that when they lose an election, they just you don't see them no more. They just be gone. So then people feel like, oh, you were just here to just you didn't really care.
Right. About
But
the topics, right.
but that other side, I notice Republicans they'll stay around and raise little hell, talk shit while you're in office. You mess up, they're gonna point it out, and then the next election, the people be like, "Oh yeah, he's still around."
hmm
I think they're just better at politics sometimes, not policy, but just politics. Like they
Gotcha.
like
Right.
like they
Dealing
talk
with the
shit.
people. Dealing with the
Like
people.
like
Right.
Republicans, like they will lie and they will ride with their people. They won't get rid of them. Democrats will get rid of people. They got rid of John Edwards. They got rid of Stuart Smiley, the guy in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Like when Democrats mess up, they be like, "Up, you're gone." The Anthony Weiners. Republicans do stuff like that. Oh yeah, you smack the little girl on the ass. He didn't mean that. He meant that as no, you liberal agenda, and they'll just
Yeah.
spin it and they'll roll with their
And the
people.
loyalty is different. The
They
loyalty is
people,
different.
they're loyal to their people. That's one thing I'll say about Trump. I want somebody to love me like that one day. where, like outside of my family,
I'm about to say, what happened to your
no, no,
family?
no, no. I'm saying outside of the family, like
Oh,
where if somebody could love me like that, that'll be. I don't know what I like. I can smack your wife in the face, and you'll
Smack
be
your wife.
like, "Honey, what did you do?"
did
Oh,
you catch that fly you were trying to get on?
oh,
The
oh, they'll take a
recluse.
picture of it. Oh, look, Trump smacked you. Let's take a picture of it. I'll
Yeah.
never watch this cheek again. He smacked the shit out of me. And they're just, does he like, he's talking about people's wives and their families, and they
Right.
be,
See,
and a year later, they be up there, they be
Right.
slurping.
That's what he said, but that's not what he meant. Right.
Yo, like, I was watching the other day, Governor Youngkin, the dude from Governor Virginia, I believe it is, and they were straight up playing quotes out, like actual quotes, and reading actual quotes and stuff he was saying, and dude was just like, he'll pause. Oh, he doesn't mean that. He was joking. What? He was
And
joking
then
about using the
laughter.
military to arrest people? They're like, he didn't say that. And then they said, oh, sir, here we go. Here's the clip. They play the clip. Nah. Yo, that dude, he's like a mafia boss. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. If somebody loves me like that outside of my family, I don't know what I'd do. That's one thing I
You
admire
act a
about it.
fool and keep saying crazy stuff because you
correct.
you just keep saying stuff, keep saying it.
Say it.
So,
Say
well,
it. Keep
I
saying
agree. I don't think that just to answer the question, because we have definitely got to an hour of this conversation. I don't think that Obama has any more of the power that he might have previously had. And I also feel that a lot of people have already made up their mind. I think
yeah,
minds are made up, whether they vote or not. Minds are made up.
Correct.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. And why would it not at this point? What do you? I think the people who say their mind ain't made up, they either slow or they lying.
Yeah.
They're
I also think we have two extremes. We have the, oh man, I'm counting down till election, and we have the, yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. That's really
Mm-hmm.
what I
And
stand.
some of these people that talk a lot of shit about the election, they ain't gonna vote. They don't vote.
Yeah.
They just be talking. But
And
there's a good part of
the younger kids, and not trying to put this person out there, but they really feel like, what's the point? They really feel like that. There are a lot of people, a lot of younger kids, this is their first year voting, and they're like, what's the point?
well,
So,
that's kind of the trick is to make people believe that. So you make people believe it doesn't matter, then you can kind of do what you want to do.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Uh, but hey, once life starts life and kicking their ass, they'll start voting.
Sure,
Yeah.
damn.
They'll start figuring it
And
out.
that's also a younger mindset too. So,
Yeah. Oh, Dad, we hit the hour. Oh shoot.
so it did.
Okay. All right.
Good
Well.
conversation, guys. And thank you, viewers, for hanging out with us this evening. We know we left y'all hanging for a little minute, but we back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Don't be mad at us. Don't be mad. We back now. We'll be here every week. We
Right.
here every week. All right. All right. So look, man. So you watching, you coming across this. All right, please make sure to follow those instructions down there. Like, subscribe, and
Tell a friend, tell a friend.
tell a friend. Like, share, tell a friend. That helps us out. All right, that helps us out a lot. And we love being out here, and we will be here next week
Mm-hmm.
giving you more content. All right. All right. So you've been part of the experience. Where the experience is always good. We will see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.